from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's May 21st.
We started out around 77 degrees during the early morning show, and here we are already at around 81.
I know. I think yesterday we were still hanging on to the 70s at this time.
A lot of people hanging on to the 70s stuff.
Yeah, I think so. In many ways.
It's a good decade.
Yeah.
Best music, right?
For a lot of folks.
According to David Sears. I don't know. I'm an 80s guy.
I'm an 80s person.
He's like, I am just sitting here waiting to do my part. I didn't, yeah.
I had to draw him in somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, 82. This is the number, guys, I want to point out, though. Look at the feels like number. It feels like 90. It is 9 o'clock in the morning, and it feels like 90 degrees outside. That's hardly fair. South-southeast chilly winds at 13. Humidity is at 79%. And we're cloudy right now, although we're starting to see some breaks in those clouds. There's a visible satellite. And clouds are important this time of year because the longer they hang on, the better we are with temperatures. But just looking at the satellite picture, they're starting to take some breaks starting to take shape. So with the sun out this afternoon, it will be another very, very hot day. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately it's going to get worse as we get into the weekend. Temperatures are forecast to get even hotter. 83 at 10 o'clock. By noontime, we'll be in the upper 80s. And then you get into the afternoon, and we're looking at 94 to 96 by 4 o'clock. And look at the feels like number. 104 is what it may feel like during the afternoon hours. Could even go as high as 105 by 5 o'clock before those heat index values drop below 100 by 7 p.m. As I said, by Memorial Day weekend, we could be looking at air temperatures in the triple digits and heat indices much worse than this. We'll take a look at that forecast, plus our rain chances. They are there, but they're small. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Let's get over to RJ this morning. How are things looking on a Tuesday morning?
Yeah, Justin, real quick, I think, David, you were also a DJ, right? Yeah, yes, he was. There we go. Learn about the life and history of David Sears as he stands right in front of me there.
Which decade did he say?
The 70s? I don't know.
The 80s.
Okay, there we go.
I swore you said roaring 20s.
Very popular DJ.
So don't you have some traffic out there to talk about?
Sorry about this. Hey, you know what? You're going to have to be listening to DJ or podcast, whatever you listen to, as you're making your way through San Antonio right now, especially if you're on 90, because we have a pretty good wreck here. 90 eastbound at General McMullen. You see these are the eastbound lanes. At least the far right-handed lane is right now blocked in this area. We are still just seeing traffic get through here as we take a look at our maps and see the backup here going all the way to Southwest 36th Street. And maybe we'll start to see some backup here all the way to 151 on 90. Either way, seems like it's going to be causing some delays there for a little bit for our drivers on the west side of town. Crash being reported, Loop 410 westbound, West Avenue. Not seeing too much of a delay here, so they may start to clear this out here. So that's good news there for our drivers on the near northwest side. Take you out to the far northeast side right now. Northbound 35 at Hubertus Road, FM 1103. We're seeing some backup here because of a reported crash. And again, causing some delays for all of our folks coming on south and northbound lanes of 35. Speaking of the north side of town, all right, we have some good news here. Look, we always give you all the bad news when it comes to the 1604 I-10 interchange, but we do have some good news. We now have 6 main lanes open, basically from I-10 all the way to Stone Oak Parkway. So 3 main lanes, both directions of 1604. And we have some video to show you here that TxDOT actually shared on their social media platform. So again, these new lanes opened last weekend, 1604. So 6 lanes from Stone Oak Parkway to I-10. Here's a still shot that they got out there, and I believe that they also went ahead and got some video of the traffic. So you see some of the main lanes that are open there and that traffic moving through. So a little bit of just kind of looking forward here. We are going to have 10 main lanes available, 5 in both directions here over the next year or so. One of those lanes is going to be an HOV lane in both directions there for our drivers on 1604. All right, let's come back out here to our transient cameras. So current conditions right now, again, 90 eastbound General McMullen. That's the biggest trouble spot that we're seeing at the moment. Mark, Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you.
Let's go ahead and look at today's 9 at 9. Early voting for the primary runoff election is happening right now. Voters have one final chance to pick the candidates who will appear on the November ballot. Even if you didn't vote in the March primary election, you can still vote in the runoff election. Early voting is from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. today through Friday. Election Day is a week from today. You can find polling locations and more information on our website at ksat.com.
At least 8 people were killed by severe thunderstorms that rolled through Houston last Thursday. The newest fatality was related to carbon monoxide poisoning. That's been an issue as residents use generators after widespread power outages. The area's utility company says they expect to have around 90% of customer outages restored by today, with complete restoration by tomorrow night. As of 9 last night, 150,000 people still did not have power.
Longtime Donald Trump ally Robert Costello is testifying again this morning in Trump's hush money trial. Yesterday, things got tense between Costello and the judge. Today could be the last day of testimony, though, ahead of closing arguments without Trump taking the stand. Closing arguments are expected to happen after Memorial Day.
The head of the federal office that ensures your money in your bank is on his way out. White House says Martin Grunberg will be officially stepping down as head of the FDIC as soon as a replacement is picked. This comes weeks after a report of a toxic workplace culture at the banking regulator.
Thousands of Honda Ridgeline trucks have been recalled due to a rear view camera issue. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says in certain cold, wintry weather conditions, electric wiring tied to the camera might fatigue or break. Honda has received just over 400 claims relating to that issue, but so far there are no reports of any related injuries or deaths. The recall is for Ridgeline trucks with model years 2020 through 2024.
Spirit Airlines has done away with change and cancellation fees. That's something most full-service airlines did during the COVID pandemic, but many of them still charge those fees on their cheapest fares. Spirit's move puts it in line with competitor Frontier Airlines, which did away with the fees last week.
Microsoft has announced Copilot Plus PC. The line of computers from different brands will include built-in AI hardware. Microsoft showed off a feature called Recall, which will help users find files and other data on their PC partners, including Dell, Lenovo, and HP. Models start shipping on June 18th.
Apple is fixing a bug that brought back old pictures in users' libraries that were deleted years ago. They released an iOS update to fix the corruption issue. Apple recommends updating iPhones and iPads to resolve the issue once and for all.
Target is hoping to lure in bargain hunters. It's now promising price cuts this summer on around 5,000 items ranging from diapers to milk. The cuts will show up in both Target's house brands as well as national brands. And that's today's 9 at 9.
The body of 5-year-old Dominic Aguilar Acevedo was found in a ravine in Colorado back in 2021, but his death happened right here in San Antonio. The man accused of causing his death is now headed to trial.
Well, the case is expected to last 2 weeks, and our criminal justice reporter, Erica Hernandez, is joining us now to talk more about what we can expect. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Morning, Erica. So give us a quick recap of this case, please.
I almost remember the day back in 2021 when we got the tip that they were searching for this child here in San Antonio. Unfortunately, like we just said, his remains were later found in Colorado. But the investigation started here with SAPD, and there you can see Dominic there in that photo that was given to us by family. His mom, Nicole Aguilar, as well as her boyfriend, were involved in this case. Daniel is accused of physically beating Dominic to death. Obviously, that's why we have this trial, to see kind of all the details that we've been missing out from all these years of what actually happened will be revealed. Nicole has since taken a plea deal. She is there. That's when she took her plea deal. The maximum sentence she can get is 15 years for injury to a child, but it is in exchange for her testimony in this case as well.
Well, there are a lot of agencies involved in this case, like you were saying. And who are some of the witnesses that we can expect to take the stand?
Obviously, we have SAPD here, the detectives here. You have FBI is also involved. They were helping in the search for Dominic in Colorado. There may be some Colorado investigators involved that were helping in his search as well as the Costa Rican authorities, because that's where they eventually were found. At least Nicole Aguilar was found and was questioned there about Dominic's whereabouts. And then you get into Nicole herself. There was also Dominic's sister, his little sister. She is going to be one of those who testify as well. She is a minor in this case, so it'll be interesting. She was apparently there when all of this abuse was going on. So it is going to be a long trial. It will be hard to hear. I always say these cases are some of the hardest to cover because of the details and surrounding a child's death, and it's going to be a very heavy 2 weeks.
Erica, the judge in this case has issued a live stream order. Please explain that.
So we kind of always have these little rules we have to follow when we're in a live stream. If they go to the bench to confer, we have to cut down the audio. If, we can't have microphones at where the defense attorneys and the state attorneys are, because that's, client confidentiality. We can show the jury. Those are common ones. But for this one, because there's federal authorities involved as witnesses, because there is a minor that's going to testify, there will be some of those witnesses we will not be able to live stream or show on camera at all. So there is that. There is also that our equipment had to be set up every day at a certain time. So, we start at 10:30 today. We're leaving right after this to get there and get ready. So there are just a little more rules that we had to follow than the ordinary rules you had to see. But the biggest one was the testimony of certain witnesses not being live streamed, as well as there won't be a live chat on YouTube or on the comment section in our website, because that has been a judge order. That was a rule made by court attorneys to take that off. And that is so they don't have to do if there is an appeals process, some of those comments won't be thrown in there.
Oh, gotcha. It's a lot of things to look out for to make sure it all goes okay.
Yes.
In live stream. Well, again, you said the trial lasts 2 weeks. Can you tell people where they can watch?
Yeah, so you can watch on KSAT.com, on KSAT Plus, and on KSAT's YouTube channel. And obviously, we will have an update live today at noon. We will be on at 5. We will be covering this case extensively. You can follow me on social media as well. I'll be giving updates throughout the day.
Erica, thank you. And of course, for a full look back at this case, you can watch the latest open court segment out now on KSAT.com. Erica, she said, we'll be back at noon to give us an update on what was said during opening statements. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Erica.
All right, we'll see you in court later. 9:09 to 81 degrees coming up on GMSA at 9.
Well, OpenAI is getting into some trouble after actress Scarlett Johansson said one of its Chat GPT voices sounded like her own. We'll let you hear it for yourself and you can decide. Our David Sears will have that story and others coming up in your morning headlines. Let's look out there with live cam. Believe it or not, we're in the 80s already. It's getting warm here in San Antonio. It's funny, it's a fun time for us to talk about music as well, because we're throwbacks to the 80s decade of music.
So the temperature's got us talking about music, and then naturally we had a good spirited discussion on which decade had the best music. I'm going to post it on social media. I got some hot takes from my friends here in the studio, especially Mr. Sears. He's very passionate about it. Yeah, 70s, right? That's the way to go. 82 right now in San Antonio, 82 in New Braunfels, 82 in Seguin, 70s in Bernie and Kerrville this morning. It's humid, it's warm, it's cloudy. We're going to have to get used to this, unfortunately. Let me show you the forecast heat index today. And this is where we get into problem territory. We're forecasting the feels like number to jump up potentially to 105 or so by, say, 5 o'clock today. So it gets really warm. And these heat index values, we've dealt with these before. They're not off the charts. But for May, it could be a little bit of a shock to the system, and we just have to remind you to be careful. These are the kind of numbers that if you're outside for a long period of time, they can start to get to you. Heat illness is a real thing, and we're venturing into that territory, and we'll be there, honestly, through the weekend. This is the heat risk today, and this is a product that the National Weather Service puts out, but I thought I'd show it. And where you see these dark orange colors, the heat risk is what they would term as major. You get into the purple color and it's extreme. So that's kind of top of the chart there. You get down towards Cotulla and along the border out near Del Rio and Eagle Pass, and you're in very dangerous heat. So all of this to say, yes, be careful. And as we look at the daytime highs going forward, it does get even hotter. We think by Friday and Saturday, we're approaching 100, and then the heat index will be venturing even higher, so potentially up to 106 for the feels like number on Saturday. Sunday, same story. Memorial Day, same story. So just know that as you plan out your weekend. I know a lot of people are going to be outdoors. Futurecast, what about rain? Could we see any rain? I'm not too optimistic for it, but as we look at the Futurecast today, there are going to be some showers and storms that form to our north and northwest. I think most of these will stay right there and away from us, but we do need to watch the hill country this afternoon, and that'll probably be the case again tomorrow. And the rain chance through the foreseeable future is going to be low, but it is there. We can't completely count it out. And the Storm Prediction Center, by the way, does have the severe risk down into our area. So Del Rio, Hill Country, we'll watch that today. I'm not, again, too hopeful, but Junction up to Dallas, certainly there is a chance for some storms there, and some of those could be strong to severe. As we look at the forecast, 20% chance tomorrow here in San Antonio, 96, 95 on Thursday, 20% chance. And then we get into that big time heat over the weekend, 99 Saturday. I am forecasting 100 on Sunday. I'm sorry, had to do it. It does look like it's going to be very hot, and for Memorial Day, 99 with a 20% chance of rain.
No.
We understand, Justin.
Okay, thank you.
We knew you had to go there at some point.
Oh, my goodness.
See you in a bit.
Okay.
In your morning headlines, check your bags for ammunition if you're headed to a certain Caribbean island. Kind of goes without saying, almost anywhere. And one famous American actress is not happy with an AI company.
Plus, a new micro robot giving us a preview of the future of medicine. David Sears is here with your morning headlines.
It's amazing. You know, robots can be good, can be bad, but this is a good robot right here. This is fun. We'll have that for you in just a second. Let's start with this. If you are heading to Turks and Caicos, make sure you keep your ammo at home. And as Mark said, just keep it at home regardless of where you're going. Tyler Renich, an American, looking at jail time on that island because he had ammo in his luggage. He's about to face some music, or in this case, a judge in a hearing later today. He was carrying a small amount of ammunition into the island. He said he visited the gun range before he headed for Turks and Caicos. He is one of 5 Americans facing jail time. A grandmother was arrested. She had 2 bullets in her bag.
I have a lot of fear and anxiety. You know, the best outcome to this is that the judge will find leniency and compassion in the situation and steer away from that 12-year sentence and be able to give a sentence that is less than that and a fine, hopefully.
I was afraid. I didn't know what was going to happen because I couldn't believe they was in there.
Yeah, a delegation from Congress has gone to Turks and Caicos in the hopes of gaining some leniency for those Americans. That island nation increased their gun laws a couple of years ago because of an increase in violence and gun trafficking. And once again, a 12-year sentence could be what is handed down. Am I AI or am I real?
You're real.
Thank you. There are some concerns about the upcoming election when it comes to AI. Homeland Security is putting out a warning. They're worried about an AI program that could threaten the November election. Actress Scarlett Johansson is also concerned, but here's a different concern. OpenAI has decided to put a pause on the use of a ChatGPT voice because it sounds spot-on imitation of her voice. She was actually approached about doing an AI voice, turned down the opportunity. And then all of a sudden, a voice similar to hers shows up. She was in a movie in 2013 playing an AI voice assistant. Fans called it out, but the company disputes the comparison, so you decide.
It seems like I'm having so many new feelings that I don't think have ever been felt before.
That was her actual voice from the movie, and this is a sample of ChatGPT's AI-generated chatbot Sky.
You've got me on the edge of my, well, I don't really have a seat, but you get the idea.
What do you think?
Well, a little bit, but you know what? The audio is different. Anybody's voice would have been a little different there, but yeah.
So, all right, so she released a statement. She says, I was shocked, angered, and in disbelief, adding my closest friends and news outlets could not tell the difference. The head of OpenAI also released a statement. We are sorry to Ms. Johansson that we didn't communicate better. And finally, this one's going to get your attention. That is an ear of corn, and of course, those are the kernels on the ear of corn. That's a device that looks like tweezers, but they're actually surgical robot tools cutting the lining of it, and then yet there's a thread. They're pulling a thread through that kernel of corn. The device replicates the movements of the hands of a surgeon. This particular instrument can work along with the microscope to repair small tendons or tissues or veins or even nerves. It's developed by Sony. They say it'll work with university departments so they can get more doctors available to use this kind of tool. My question is, can you use the thread after you eat the ear of corn to get the kernels out of your teeth?
Probably real floss will work better.
Isn't that that's really cool?
Yeah.
It's kind of freaky, but it's really cool.
Yeah, I watched this whole video start to finish several times yesterday. It's fascinating. because the detail, I mean, I know they practice making those knots with those sutures, but it's still amazing stuff.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, and the kernels aren't exactly big.
Yeah.
No.
By the way, the hitman, David Sears.
Oh,
Hitman
your
David
DJ
Sears.
name.
That's what I was called.
Got it.
The station used to be right here.
Right behind KSAT.
Right behind KSAT.
Oh, yeah.
That I worked
I remember
at.
the
And if you've been around a long, long time, like in the 80s, you would know KITY 92.9.
There you go.
92.9.
Thank you to the hitman, David Sears.
7.
Yes, and then I did have one other question before I forget.
Justin had another question, but he's in another part of the building.
I don't think he's asking
Not for us. 921, 81 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Just about 9:25. Losing a child is devastating. I can't even imagine. And one local organization is making sure families have all the support and service they need if this tragic event happens.
Our Tiffany Huerta shows us how Any Baby Can San Antonio has created a safe space for families who are dealing with the loss of a child and honoring their children's lives.
The calming water sounds allow families to relax and remember their loved ones.
This is my safe space, and this is where I know I'm a mom.
Here, Mildred Monreal finds peace and thinks about her daughter, Courage.
I know that she was a colorful girl just like her mom, and I just wanted to add just like music notes as well as just hearts.
Mildred says she lost her daughter last year while at a hospital.
Back in November, I found out I was pregnant on the same day that I gave birth, and when Courage passed away.
She was not sure what to do next, but a caseworker pointed Mildred to the nonprofit Any Baby Can San Antonio.
I completed a quick form when they reached out, and they placed a monetary gift towards the cremation, as well as me as my partner. We received urn necklaces, and I'm actually wearing mine today.
The nonprofit offers a bereavement program that provides services to families who have lost a child of any age.
What they provide is the listening ear, the helping hand, someone to help navigate the journey after you've lost a child.
Recently, Any Baby Can added this memorial garden at their campus north of downtown for families to honor the lives of their children.
This year, the bereavement program here at Any Baby Can served over 350 families. They offer funeral services, support groups, and counseling.
We're seeing a huge increase in demand for our programs, unfortunately, but we want to make sure that any family that comes to us has access to all of the services that we can provide.
Talking with all the other mothers here, I have been better connected with, yes, I am a mom.
What message do you have for maybe other moms that are looking for a support group or information?
There's a group, including Any Baby Can, the other moms, all of the partners, everybody, with open arms and with open hearts. Like I said, although that they may not be able to speak a solution immediately, they want to walk with you through the journey.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
And the time now is 9:27 and 81 degrees.
We have an accident showing up at Highway 90 in General McMullen. This is eastbound 90 at General McMullen. And now we have a second accident in the vicinity, eastbound 90 at Couples. And every once in a while, one accident can cause another. Here's another one in a different part of town. We go from the west side to the north side. This is an accident at northbound 281 at Nakoma, not too far from Bitters. People have been reaching out to KSAT for help. It's been 3 weeks since that data breach at CentroMed Healthcare, and some of the clinic's patients say they're dealing with more than just potentially compromised personal information.
It is a story that John Paul Barajas has been following for the last week, and yesterday he spoke to 2 CentroMed patients about how the hack is wreaking havoc on their care.
I just cried. I cried. Because it's ridiculous that we're having to deal with something like this.
Frustrated and concerned. It's how 2 CentroMed patients say they're feeling after someone got into their healthcare provider's records.
I hate them. I'm mad.
But you're being honest.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm livid because I have to start all over.
CentroMed announced what it calls a, quote, data security incident on May 17th, more than 2 weeks after the company says its systems were accessed by an unauthorized party on April 30th. Since then, Central Med says it's had limited access to its computer systems.
It's frustrating that now we can't get a copy of our records because my disability was denied because they could not give them my records.
Isabel Correa suffered a stroke last month. She's not cleared to work and doesn't know when that'll happen.
I'm a single mom. It's hard when you don't have money coming in.
Beverly Olhausen tells us she's having the same problem. She needs her records for blood work and doctor's referrals, but adds she's also worried about her personal information.
What all can they do with this? You know, they can use it for identity theft, you name it. Anything.
Central Med says several pieces of patient information may be at risk, including names, addresses, dates of birth, social security numbers, financial account information, medical records, health insurance information, diagnosis, and treatment information. That applies to both current and former patients.
And sometimes it's sold in huge bundles of data. So you may never have an issue, or 20 years from now you may have an issue. So the best thing you can do, like I said again, is make sure that you've got some sort of monitoring.
Jeff Fair is Vice President of Cybersecurity for the San Antonio Chamber of Commerce. He says once sensitive information has been exposed, it's hard to get it back.
That was John Paul Barajas reporting. Now, Jeff Fair, who you just heard from, recommends looking into a data monitoring service. And if you're a Central Med patient and have concerns, they do have a toll-free number for patients to call.
That number is 888-990-8424. That line is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., but not on major holidays. So you shouldn't try calling on Monday because it is Memorial Day.
Now, John Paul did ask Central Med for an interview again yesterday, but so far they have not responded.
And let's look out there with live cam again, 81 degrees. So we are heating up and we know we're going to hit the 90s today.
That's for sure. You can see some of the haze out there, the humidity. We've also got still some of that residual smoke that's coming in from Mexico. We're going to talk about the air quality coming up here in just a little bit. But first, speaking of air quality, let's talk pollen count. Moles are moderate at 840. This number is down from where it was yesterday. Grass and pigweed are both low. That is the latest pollen count. And as we go outside for you, 82 here in San Antonio, but it feels like 90 even at this hour, factoring that humidity in. South-southeasterly winds at 13. Most places are in the 80s. The one exception is Bernie, still sitting at 77, but they'll be in the 80s here soon. As we look ahead, the average is 88. We will be above average for a good stretch here. Mid-90s most of this week, and then by the time we get into the weekend, triple digits are a possibility. Not only that, that top line you see there above the temperatures, that is the heat index, the feels like number. And it could feel like it's above 100 most of this week. In Memorial Day promises to be very hot too. We'll look at that forecast again, plus the air quality. That's all coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Justin. This morning we're continuing to highlight some of the local college graduates who are leaving a lasting impact on their universities.
Our Patty Santos introduces us to Rachel Juba, a recent grad from Our Lady of the Lake University who had to relearn who she was after an injury ended her soccer career.
Soccer has been a part of Rachel Jubal's life since she was a little girl. Growing up, her dream was to play it in college. It became a reality when she got to play at Our Lady of the Lake University. That's until she suffered an injury.
It was really muddy, raining, and just kind of luck of the draw, got caught and it just kind of twisted. I tore a couple ligaments in my ankle and partially tore a couple other ones and got a couple bone bruises.
While Rachel's soccer career came to an end, her student life kept going. She was involved with student government, becoming SGA president.
A lot of what I do revolves around what students tell me, if they have a complaint or if something's working really well or if something's really not working well, or if they just want new things.
Rachel was involved in the school's pen pal program and part of Sigma Zeta. The organization was a key to keeping her busy schedule on track.
I really had to just write everything down, every game, practice times. It wasn't easy to balance it, but it was very intentional.
Rachel will be leaving a lasting legacy at OLLU as SGA president. She had the opportunity to help elevate the campus lamppost, which is in honor of Sister Jane Ann Slater, a former president of the university. Rocks and blue tiles have been laid in the area and reveal an important path for the university community.
We did 4 curves in the pathway to represent our 4 core values of community, integrity, trust, and service.
The area will be completed with flowers later this year. As for Rachel, her journey continues. She graduated with her bachelor's in biomathematics and environmental sciences and will attend Rice University this fall to get her master's in environmental analysis. Rachel says she will always be grateful for her experience at OLLU.
Being here and being around like this community and these people has helped me mentally be like, I'm okay to like move forward.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Well, this is a perfect segue. If you know somebody about to graduate and you're stuck on what to get them for a gift, don't worry. We've brought in some expert help.
Yes, joining us this morning is shopping expert Anna Kocharian from Consumer Reports. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being with us live here during this hour, Anna. So I know money's tight for a lot of folks right now. What are your favorite practical gift ideas for upcoming graduates?
When it comes to practical gifts, you really can't go wrong with versatile kitchen essentials. Think of something like all-in-one cookware. The Always pan is such a good one. It's famously known for its claim that it can replace a frying pan, saute pan. So for someone who's building up their kitchen, it's a really great gift. A compact coffee maker, a little countertop garden for anyone who wants to grow their own herbs and veggies is a really fun idea. A sheet pan, the Great Jones one is such a popular sheet pan. It does really well in our tests, and you can pair that with a cookbook, and that'll be a really great way to, start someone off who's moving out on their own, building out their kitchen.
Well, and after a busy college career, what about some gift ideas for comfort and relaxation?
We always say splurge on good bedding because they probably won't. We love Brooklinen's Luxe Core sheet set. It does well in our tests. It's soft, it's luxurious, and you really can't go wrong with that. If you want something a little different, a white noise machine can be a great gift. The Magic Team white noise machine is small. It's about the size of a deck of cards, and it delivers really good sound quality. You can also go with a comforter, the Buffy Cloud comforter. It's made from recycled materials. It's smooth, it's silky, and it's really going to help promote rest and relaxation, which I'm sure the recent grad is going to find useful.
Yeah, Anna, you mentioned the white noise machine. What about the gift ideas on that tech side? Any other new gadgets you're recommending?
Yeah, we love, instant print cameras or maybe a portable photo printer. These are going to be such great gifts, especially with grad parties and summer outings. We recommend the Kodak Print-O-Matic instant print camera. It's the fastest of the models that we tested, and the photos come out with a sticky backing, so they can attach them to just about any surface. And then you always can't go wrong with headphones or a laptop if you feel like splurging a little bit. If you're not quite sure where to start, head over to cr.org-deals for a full list of product recommendations and reviews.
So Anna, after hearing all of it, what do you recommend for people who are still struggling to come up with the perfect grad gift?
Yeah, if you're stuck on what to get someone, cash is always going to be appreciated. If you want to make it a little bit more personal, go for a gift card, maybe a gift card to a coffee shop they love or a store or a restaurant they frequent. That's a really easy way to, make sure that you're getting them something that they'll probably most likely use. And then if you still are pressed for ideas, head over to cr.org because we have a lot of great gift recommendations.
Sounds good. Thank you. Anna Kocharian from Consumer Reports.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Anna. Yeah, she's right. Cash is always king, no matter when you graduate. 9:41, 82 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Let's look out there with Zoo Cam. Oh, what? Complete darkness. Must be the hippos. They just turned off the lights.
You know what? I checked the cameras last night to see because we always talk about what are they doing, at all hours. And the hippo cam was the camera that was not working. So I wonder if that was hippo cam. The other ones were working.
Yeah, they hit the switch. Enough.
The flamingos and cranes are still in action. Always a great day to go to the zoo.
Yes, it is. We'll be right back. Looking out there with TransGuide. I think there's a shot of Highway 90 at General McMullen. It was a minor accident. It looks a little better.
Yeah, it was eastbound 90 at General McMullen. Looks like it is clearing. And then the other one we showed you earlier, 281 north at Nakoma, has cleared.
That one looks lovely.
It's out of there.
Yeah, it's good to travel on the roads right now.
I see the sun coming out, though. I don't like that. I don't love that.
We're not ready. We're not ready.
No, it's about to get really humid and hot. Well, it's already humid. It's about to get really hot. One thing we did notice yesterday, guys, is there's a little bit of a haze to the atmosphere. Part of that's humidity, but part of it, too, is smoke that we continue to get feeding up from Mexico. So this is a great shot. Skywatcher Oscar has the drone up, and you can see that hazy atmosphere, and you can really see it at sunrise and sunset. But sunset last night, there was just a general haze, and Oscar, we appreciate it as always. Let me show you the air quality today. Now, this isn't perfect, this isn't exact, it's looking at monitors, but it does have us in the moderate category, most of San Antonio, a few spots, maybe in that unhealthy for those who are sensitive to that kind of thing, around Corpus and up around maybe New Braunfels. But that's the latest air quality that we're looking at right now. And the forecast over the next several days with that smoke, it's going to be moderate. Looks like tomorrow and actually Wednesday, this is going to be bumped up to unhealthy for some. So Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to watch the air quality a little bit. If it's something that bugs you, then be aware of that. It really doesn't have a huge effect on most of the population, other than you see that haze. But it does cause some issues for folks with asthma and things like that. 82 right now, southerly winds at 11 miles per hour. Still seeing quite a bit of cloud cover at the airport. And yes, the feels like number already is 90. That is brutal. And our forecast today, 87 noontime. I think the clouds will continue to break apart. We'll go partly cloudy this afternoon. 96 is where we end up, but that feels like number is going to be the important stat here. 104 at 4 o'clock. It'll feel like 105 at 5 p.m. So for those of you with outdoor practice after school or whatever, make sure you stay hydrated because these numbers are getting into that territory that we don't like so much. 93 at 7 o'clock and then down into the 80s tonight with the heat index falling below 100, thankfully. Let's look across our area for the forecast heat index, and this is at 5 o'clock. Most of us are going to be in the feels like range of 100 to 105. One exception will be up in the hill country, but even then, you got heat index values approaching 100. So this is widespread, and it's going to be hot for the foreseeable future. I wish I could tell you we could get some rain to cool things down. I do think there will be some storms potentially in the hill country later today. There could be one or two, but I think all of this stays north of San Antonio. There is a risk for some severe weather as you get up towards Austin, Waco, Dallas, just west of Austin, actually, Junction up to Dallas and Waco. That's kind of the corridor where you see that orange color, where the risk for severe weather is a little bit higher, but notice it's just to the north and west of us. And as we go forward in time, there are some small chances for storms, I think tomorrow and Thursday, but it's going to be few and far between. On the weekend, we're talking 10% probably Friday, Saturday, Sunday at best. Can't completely rule it out, but the chances are very, very low. And for Memorial Day, we have a high of 99, 20% chance of rain. We're going to watch for a weak frontal boundary. Maybe, just maybe, that could spark up a storm. But yes, we are forecasting 100 on Sunday. First 100-degree day, potentially this season. We'll see.
You broke our 100-degree agreement, but we understand.
I did sit there and think about it. I was like, Mark's going to be mad about this.
Not me. It's Steph you got to deal with.
You're right.
I'm just disappointed.
She's the one I'm afraid of.
Yeah. During your weathercast, we got an update on the zoo cams from our producer, Alex.
Not just the hippos.
No.
They're not angry with us.
All the cameras are down.
All the cameras are down, so they're going to fix it.
We're going to let them know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Justin. 9:49, 82 degrees.
Well, everyone's favorite orange cat is coming to theaters this weekend. When we come back, why the director of the new Garfield thought actor Chris Pratt was perfect for that role.
$9:52, lock up the lasagna. Garfield is making a comeback with Chris Pratt providing his voice.
CNN's Rick Damogella gives us a look at the new movie in theaters this Friday.
You hungry, little guy? You want a little more?
Chris Pratt is back on the big screen, or rather his voice is in the Garfield movie.
And that's how I adopted John.
Pratt credits director Mark Dindal with finding the feisty feline's voice.
It was made very easy for me by the director Mark, who said, here's what I'm thinking. I've been doing this movie now for a couple of years. Like, they'd been working on the animation team, the storyboard team, and the writing team had been putting this movie together for a while before I was on board. And he said, I keep hearing your voice.
Say when.
Never, John. Bury me in cheese. There's a certain innate quality about your voice that feels lazy and slightly sarcastic. And I really just picture him sounding exactly like you.
I apologize in advance. The eating you're about to see will not be pretty.
And I was like, wow, well, that's great, because I was thinking it'd be some version of a slightly more sarcastic Andy Dwyer character. And he goes, that's great. And so instead of having to try to find a voice, he assured me that he was trying to find a voice, and it was my voice.
This is Vic, my father.
So it really took the pressure off and allowed me to just come in and be natural and be as close to myself as really any character I've ever voiced.
You ever jumped a train? I've never jumped.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
All right, so there was a very brief snippet of Garfield's dad's voice. And it's kind of hard to hear with the music and stuff, but it was, could you hear it at all?
Is that
any guesses?
Did you ever jump the train? Was that
something like that?
I couldn't. It was so quick.
I think that was it. Yeah. Too fast?
It was so quick.
It's Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh.
Yeah. And you're right. I would have been stumped by Chris Pratt for a while, but I would have eventually figured
over time,
because he has a certain rhythm to his voice. Think Guardians of the Galaxy, Parks and Rec, etc.
Well,
but it works.
Yeah, it does. I think it suits him.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say Samuel Jackson, unless he's, yelling. I didn't recognize
yelling.
Snakes,
and those are the safe words.
Snakes on the plane or something.
So, dozens of four-legged surfers taking part in the annual European Dog Surfing Championship. Baloo and Ghost, a pair of Weimaraners, confidently shredded the waves on a beach in northern Spain. A chocolate lab named Koa and her owner claimed the winner's crown in the third annual championship. The event is designed to promote dog adoptions and discourage pet abandonment. Who's having more fun out there? Whoa, chocolate lab down.
So I wonder what's going through their mind right now.
Well, I'm guessing from this video that they've all practiced or they've done this before. You know what I mean? Because I think some pets could be scared, but they like it.
Most of them, as I said this morning, are having the best day of their lives, and they will go out as many times as you will take them out. What was that?
Oh, it's so cute.
There's the Weimaraner.
Yeah.
So my dog is afraid of the water.
Right.
I can't get her to go in.
Yeah,
Baby steps. You need a kiddie pool with no kids in it.
Okay.
And then slowly introduce her. There's a process here.
Yeah. I took an old dog into, well, not an old dog, but a dog I used to have. I was trying to take her in a kayak.
Oh.
It was a struggle. Yeah, I got her in, but she was not happy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Have a good day, guys.